He looks confused as a gaunt, strange-faced creature stands nearby, holding the severed head of a recently slain monster. From a distance, a small two-toned-haired girl approaches with a spear in hand, her calm yet sharp gaze contrasting the tense atmosphere. The man is shocked to see such an innocent-looking figure in this dangerous place, while the spiral-faced being leans in toward him, heightening the tension. In the quiet forest, he was startled to see an eerie-faced old creature standing before him, accompanied by a calm-faced young girl holding a spear. The girl approached as the old creature stared intently, assessing his condition. Once assured that he wasn't hurt, the old creature eased, while he remained stunned by this unexpected encounter. He remained stunned by the strange appearance of his rescuer, while the little girl stood nearby with an elderly figure bearing a peculiar face. The tense atmosphere began to ease, though confusion and caution still lingered. The old figure walked away, revealing his thin frame, while the girl explained their relationship. He began to realize that the one who saved him was no ordinary human. He is startled by a strange figure who saved him, accompanied by a young girl. The eerie-faced old figure is not human, yet the girl calls him Grandpa. After ensuring his safety, they prepare to leave, abandoning him alone in the forest. As he, still confused, tries to stop them, he begins following in their footsteps, panting heavily, their eyes meeting amidst the forest trees. He struggled to keep up with the two mysterious figures, a small girl and a wiry old man burdened with a large pack of tools. They ascended the root-covered slope with ease, showing no sign of fatigue, while he panted heavily behind them, amazed by their stamina. Thoughts raced in his mind about how they could have crafted their clothing and tools so quickly, perhaps due to past survival experience. Despite his curiosity, he decided he would ask them later. He was still panting as he watched the little girl walk ahead with her spear, accompanied by the strange-faced old man carrying a heavy load on his back. The two moved effortlessly, showing no signs of fatigue, while he struggled to keep up. In his mind, he felt both awe and curiosity, wondering how they could craft clothes and tools in such a short time. The girl remained calm, yet her gaze hinted at distance. He realized that with so many people and the situation he was in, his chances of returning to life were very slim. Eventually, the girl paused, looked at him, and signaled that there was no point in following them. The girl walked ahead calmly, while the young man followed awkwardly and nervously. His gaze was filled with curiosity, realizing that her age was too young. Despite being in a dangerous place, the girl seemed accustomed to it and showed no sign of fear. The girl walked calmly, leaving behind an air of tension. He could only stare at her back, puzzled by her mature demeanor despite looking like a child. With a cold gaze, she stated that if he wished to return to life, he would have to do it alone. He fell silent, realizing that his presence would only hinder the girl, who was also struggling to be revived. He prepared to leave, expressing his gratitude for the girl's help. Yet, she looked at him sharply, noticing his body was still free from the stains of that place. She then asked if he was a newcomer, hinting at her awareness of the strange conditions in this world. As they spoke, the grandfather figure carrying a load of tools suddenly halted, his gaze fixed in a certain direction, his expression tense as if sensing the presence of something dangerous. In the tense moment, the skeletal old man with piercing eyes suddenly halted, sensing the presence of something. In the distance, a grotesque creature crawled with unnatural movements, its body taut with muscle and covered in wrinkled skin. A horrifying grin spread across its face, revealing rows of sharp teeth. Its gaze locked onto them, signaling that the prey had been spotted, and its steps began to close in swiftly. Tension rises as the old man stops, sensing something ahead. His gaze locks onto a horrifying creature, emaciated yet with powerful legs, its face twisted into a grotesque mask. The monster crawls with unsettling movements before fixing its gaze on them, then sprints forward at an unbelievable speed. Its inhuman leg power shakes the ground, making the looming danger undeniable. The girl leapt forward with swift, decisive movement, her spear aimed directly at the approaching monstrous creature. Her hair whipped in the wind as she swung her weapon, determination etched on her face. He could only stare in shock, unable to believe she was charging in instead of running away. The girl dashed forward with incredible speed, her spear striking directly toward the long-legged monster in mid-run. Her movement carved a sharp arc through the air, followed by a spray of blood from the creature's head. Despite the injury, the monster kept running, but her attack had already hit its mark. The girl stood firm after driving her weapon into the monster's head, causing its body to collapse lifelessly. The wind softly blew her hair as he watching froze in confusion and awe. He realized that from the very beginning, this girl had always shown a calmness and strength far beyond her small appearance. The girl stood over the corpse of the monster she had just slain, her spear still dripping with blood. He was stunned, unable to believe what he was seeing. He realized that these two were far too accustomed to this dangerous world. Driven by urgent curiosity, he pleaded to know how long they had been here. The girl calmly states that she has been in this world since she was 6, estimating roughly 10 years. Her expression remains cold, shaped by the long years of surviving in such a harsh place. She adds that the old man with her has been here even longer. Meanwhile, he realized that his assumptions were wrong. He had thought only those people could end up here, but the reality proves otherwise. He froze as he realized this place was the afterlife, and they were likely not the only ones sent here. His thoughts wandered to how many had arrived before, some having been here far longer. A massive mountain with a glowing peak stood as the goal, yet no one had ever reached it. The awareness that everyone was a rival unsettled him, and he tried to calm his mind to keep moving forward. He begins to realize that meeting these two mysterious individuals might be his chance to understand the strange world he now inhabits. Setting aside his urge to push forward, his thoughts shift to the possibility of learning the intricacies of this place from them. As he approaches, his eyes catch sight of the victim of the earlier attack, still alive and lying helplessly in the distance, pleading for help. The three of them looked at the man lying on the ground, his body covered in severe wounds and blood pouring out. Their faces showed shock and confusion, realizing that he was still alive despite his critical condition. He tried calling for help, hoping someone knew how to save him. Meanwhile, the girl simply stared with a calm expression, as if assessing the situation before deciding what to do. The little girl, without hesitation, thrust her spear into the severely injured man's head, ending his life instantly. Her face remained expressionless and cold, shocking and frightening those around her. He witnessed the act, was left speechless, unable to believe what had just happened before his eyes.